Are you familiar with the Hantavirus, Agent Mulder?
Yeah, it was a deadly virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States several years ago.
According to the newspaper, FEMA was called out to manage an outbreak of the Hantavirus. Are you familiar with what the Federal Emergency Management Agency's real power is? FEMA allows the White House to suspend constitutional government upon declaration of a national emergency.
So I have some breaking news, and it is not what is on the screen because many of you have seen this already, but I want to take you through some, I don't want to use the word alarming, but things that you need to pay attention to. And when I saw something, I'm going to show you in a few minutes, it was something in my spirit that just said, I absolutely have to do a video right now. I meant to do a different video earlier today, but the day got ahead of me, but I just couldn't rest. I literally in my stomach, I just felt it, and it's just been a weird night. It's been a lot. But anyway, so if you haven't, I just want to share this. So an account in 2022 put this at exactly 12:30 a.m. 2023 Corona ended. 2026 Hantavirus. Okay, so again, many of you have seen it. They have all of this symbolism up here at the top of their account. Let me move this up so you can see that there. And it says they read the future. They're an astrologist. Well, I don't think so. They actually they joined the same time they did this. They had a username change, and that's it. This is all they ever did. Let me see. Show more. Well, usually, yeah, it's just who to follow. Okay, so this account just posted weird stuff. Started in June, ended in June. And June 11th is when they put this, all right? But they're not the only one. If you haven't seen this, and sorry if it looks weird on the screen. I'm trying to I'll move it down a little bit. Jason the Germ Guy Tetro. So this is 2012, May 1st. All right. 11:25 a.m. Overheard behind me while watching the H5N1 NAS workshop today. You'll want to really make if you want to really make a pandemic, make hantavirus human transmissible. That's what this guy said. 2012. Let's just go to his account. He's been up since 2009. Okay. All right. So he's actually talking about it more on here. So I'll probably cover this some more tomorrow. I just got to go through, just check out who this guy is, get a lot more information. But that's not the main thing. Guys, look at this. Want to know what is absolutely insane? Hantavirus is listed as a reported possible adverse event after getting the Pfizer COVID jab. No, I'm not joking. That's what it has. This isn't even this is one of the main things, but this isn't even the crazy, the thing that made me get out the bed and film this video. So we're going to get to that. So hantavirus is a side effect of the COVID vaccination. The World Health Organization lists the so-called hantavirus as a side effect of the COVID mRNA vaccines. The WHO has buried this on their VG Access website. The website contains a database listing all known side effects of all medications and vaccines that have been approved for public use. Under possible side effects for the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, the WHO lists hantavirus. Sorry, this word post is bothering me. Let me move this up because it's all right. The WHO lists hantavirus alongside hundreds of other diseases. They are listed under infections and infestations that occur as side effects to Pfizer's mRNA vaccine. Instructions on how you can research it yourself. They put, again, I'll probably dig more tomorrow. Please note that the database was functioning at the time of the publication. The WHO describes its own VG Access database as a collection of scientifically unconfirmed observations, not as evidence of side effects. But here it is. It's a whole bunch of things though, right? So, right. Okay, this is even more people sharing this, right? And there's a whole lot more. So if you don't know, 323 vials containing deadly viruses, including the Hantavirus, reported missing from Australia lab in 2024 after a major biosecurity breach. They were never found. Now, I think it wasn't a bunch of vials, right? It wasn't like a whole bunch of vials of the Hantavirus, but you don't need that many. They can just grow it and recreate it. But listen to this.
Now, I want to stress that there have been no public health incidents linked to these materials. So we have no evidence so far of any event occurring as a result of the loss or the destruction of these materials. The department is taking all necessary steps to ensure that it does have the appropriate regulatory matters in place. It is liaising with the federal record-keeping bodies and the federal accreditation bodies, as well as with our own Department of Agriculture. Now, I want to stress that there have...
Okay. So, and then listen to what Trump said today, just said about the Hantavirus.
I'm also with ABC News. Can I ask you
Fake
about
news.
the Hantavirus? Have you been briefed on the virus?
Yes, I have.
Can you tell us what you learned in these briefings?
Well,
Should
I think you're
Americans-
going to be told everything, and you already have. It's very much, we hope, under control. It was the ship, and I think we're going to make a full report about it tomorrow. We have a lot of people, a lot of great people are studying it. It should be fine. We hope.
Should Americans be concerned that it's going to spread? And how are you
I hope
working to
not.
get
I
those
mean, I hope
Americans
not. We'll do the
home?
best we can, yeah.
To get the Americans that are on the
Go
ship
ahead.
home. Mr. President, detail your view. I'm also with ABC News. Can I ask you
Fake
about
news.
the Hantavirus?
So there you go. Now this is what made me get out of the bed. There's a lot more I could share, guys. I'm going to make sure you are subscribed, following me. Make sure you hit the notification bell because I have some explosive things that I'm going to come out with tomorrow. Getting into more details of other things that I found, but this is what I said because I was already looking at the Simpsons episode and I was just shook because, the Simpsons always do predictive programming. They predicted COVID-19. They've predicted almost everything. And they predicted the Hantavirus on a cruise ship. I kid you not. But it was the X-Files, right? Because the Simpsons always predicted. We know it. We know all of this is a plan. But listen to this. And hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted so I can play it. And let me see if I can move it around or something so you can see it better.
Did you write?
You know my work? I was right about Dallas, wasn't I?
How were you right?
Are you familiar with the Hantavirus, Agent Mulder?
Yeah, it was a deadly virus spread by field mice in the southwestern United States several years ago.
According to the newspaper, FEMA was called out to manage an outbreak of the Hantavirus. Are you familiar with what the Federal Emergency Management Agency's real power is? FEMA allows the White House to suspend constitutional government upon declaration of a national emergency. Think about that. What is an agency with such broad sweeping power doing managing a small viral outbreak in suburban Texas?
You're saying it wasn't such a small outbreak?
No. I'm saying it wasn't the Hantavirus.
Well, what was it? What was it?
When we were young men in the military, your father and I were recruited for a project. They told us it was biological warfare, a virus.
What killed those men?
What killed them, I won't even write about. We have no context for what killed those men, or any appreciation of the scale at which it'll be unleashed in the future.
A plague?
The plague to end all plagues, Agent Mulder. A silent weapon for a quiet war. The systematic release of an indiscriminate organism for which the men who will bring it on still have no cure. They've been working on this for 50 years. While the rest of the world have been fighting crooks and commies, these men have been secretly negotiating a planned Armageddon.
Negotiating with whom?
I think you know.
Say what there, sir? I'm gonna need you to repeat yourself because, it's all stacking up and coming together. Do we know that this is absolutely their next pandemic? This could be the psyop to make us believe it is, to prepare us, to have us in fear. And then the thing we're not paying attention to, well, that drops. You know, it could be a lot of layers, but I will tell you now, what I am seeing come out, and there's more documentation. There's so many layers I want to show you guys. And do I say this to make you live in fear? No, it is what it is. The Bible never promised that the world would get better, that it would get worse. When Jesus said that during the end, the last days, he said there'd be war and rumors of war. Nation will rise against nation. He also said that there will be famine and pestilence, great pestilence. You know what pestilence is? Pandemics. Yes. And so I am not telling you this to scare you, but to prepare you, because whatever's coming out and everything I'm finding out about this cruise ship is sending off alarm bells as far as, psyop and all of that. But they are going out of their way for it's not a usual thing. They're just, just a distraction. I believe a lot of psyops are distractions or they have other purposes. But this is a lot of work to do for this not to actually be something. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I think it's all going to start to add up. Could I be wrong? Could it not be? I hope so. But what all the pieces as they've come out, and now the predictive programming, like I said, I got to show you The Simpsons. It's insanity. And there's a whole lot more. So make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell. And if you guys want to support the work that I have going on, you can head over to realmelanieking.com. This is where you're going to find unique merch you're not going to see anywhere else. Chemtrails to redacted government documents, the New World Order map, putting together all the different things the government has done to bring us under this great reset, New World Order, or as I say, the beast system. Yes, that is very much real. And also the Great Awakening map, which puts together all the conspiracy theories, including Epstein, Pizzagate, all that, and how they all tie together. But guys, you let me know in the comments what you think is going on. Do you think that this is going to fully flesh out? And again, I want no one living in fear. It is what it is. I'm not going to stop my life because of this. At this point, Lord, come on, one way or another, because this world right now has gone to hell in a handbasket, and it will continue to go to hell in a handbasket, and no one's coming to save you. People were wondering what they're going to do with the Constitution. How would Trump get a third term and all of that? Well, did the X-Files just tell us what they can do? But this is all, remember, this has been a work in progress since the beginning. This is, if you don't want to go all the way back to the beginning, like I always show you how everything is fake, the history is fake. I mean, just a cursory research on the world fairs. The world's fairs. It's insanity that they threw that slop on us as in school and we just lapped it up. Well, I mean, it was all we had at the time. I mean, I could say this about so many things. It just doesn't make sense. The Statue of Liberty, the little G on every single one of our statues. Have you seen the pictures of the Civil War? I mean, I can go on and on. The Epstein files. It has been layer upon layer. Every administration, every Congress, every Senate, every single one has stacked up to bring us to this point because our governments do not rule themselves. They are ruled. They are controlled. All the world governments, every administration, and it's always been like this, as the Bible says that it is. that Satan is the little g god of this world, that he rules the kingdoms of this world. And to the point where he took Jesus to the highest mountain and said, I, Satan, will give you all of these kingdoms of the world if he was to worship him. Why were they Satan's to give? And guess what? If they were Satan's to give back then, they are Satan's to give now. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's late and I don't want, you guys know I can go on and on. So you can support me here by realmelanieking.com. Also, the links to donate directly. Help me get this word out. Help me wake people up. Help people not live in fear, because if what is coming on top of, I warned you about the gas prices. I warned you about the Strait of Hormuz. I warned you about World War III. I've warned you about the draft. Like literally last year, everything that I started pulling out, aliens and disclosure, it's all coming out now. It's all happening now. Views are getting suppressed. All of this is happening. I don't care. Right now, people, we're like frogs in a boiling pot. Frogs in a boiling pot. Okay? Frogs in a boiling pot, and slowly they're simmering us up and everything's coming out at once. So I don't mean to laugh because none of it is funny, but at the same time, this is man's plan. This is Satan's plan. This is not thus saith the Lord. We already know we have victory, that God has already won. What they want now is to energy harvest off your fear, confusion, distraction, and all of that. But anyway, I did not mean to leave up my store this whole time, but I just started talking and just scrolling my fingers back and forth. So I appreciate you guys. Links will be below in the description box. Have a good night. Don't be in fear. Listen, again, just keep saying it is what it is. God is in control. No weapon formed against me shall prosper.